Friday will mark 12 years since the remnants of what was called Tropical Storm Lee brought historic flooding to parts of the Twin Tiers. And right now, there's another storm named Lee in the Atlantic. WENY meteorologist Connor Friedhoff took a look at why the name Lee is still being used during hurricane season and what impacts it could have on the East Coast.
In September of 2011, the remnants of Tropical Storm Lee moved northeast, drenching a large portion of the eastern United States. Historic flooding impacted Pennsylvania, New York, and even Canada, claiming 18 lives and causing nearly $3 billion in damages. The preceding landfall of Irene saturated the surrounding soil and swelled the headwaters of the Susquehanna River about a week prior. Falling around 10 inches of rain locally caused by Lee, streets in communities like Owego, Sayre, and Athens became inundated with floodwaters to the point where numerous homes were destroyed.
I mean, we're talking water in the second floor of some homes, and once the water receded, it was just a terrible task of trying to clean everything out. The roads were just covered with mud and dust, and it remained that way for quite some time.
The World Meteorological Organization states that, quote, if a cyclone is particularly deadly or costly, then its name is retired and replaced by another one, end quote. This begs the question of why Lee is still being used as a storm name despite its wrath. Storms with a smaller economic impact and loss of life have had their names retired. At least one Atlantic hurricane name has been retired every year since 2015. None of these were tropical storms.
I am kind of surprised that here we are dealing with another system that is named Lee. Usually when these devastating storms pass through a region, they become retired, but for whatever reason, not the case with Lee.
The WENY News First Warning Weather Team will continue to track the path of now Hurricane Lee. For WENY News, I'm Connor Friedhoff.
And according to the National Hurricane Center, Lee, which was just upgraded to a hurricane just within the past couple of hours, is forecast to reach Category 4 strength by the weekend. Current model guidance does not have it making landfall in the United States.